You were lied to. Not by your parents, not by your teachers, by the survivors. Every success story you've ever heard, every motivational speech, every rags to riches biography, they all share the same lethal flaw. They only tell you about the people who made it. The graveyard of equally hardworking failures, silent, invisible, erased from the narrative. And that silence has been destroying your life in ways you haven't even realized. You wake up at 5 a.m. You work weekends. You sacrifice relationship, sleep, joy, all of it, because you've been told that hard work is the equation. Work hard enough and success is inevitable. But here's what's actually happening. You're watching people with half your discipline succeed while you stagnate. You're seeing mediocrity rewarded while your excellence goes unnoticed. And every time it happens, you don't blame the system. You blame yourself. I'm not working hard enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm missing something. No, you're missing nothing. The game was rigged from the beginning, and Nassim Taleb spent decades proving it. Taleb is a mathematician, a former Wall Street trader, and one of the most dangerous thinkers alive. In his book Fooled by Randomness, he introduced a concept that dismantles the entire mythology of meritocracy. He called it survivorship bias. Here's how it works. During World War II, the U.S. military analyzed planes returning from combat. They noticed bullet holes clustered on the wings and tail. The natural instinct? Reinforce those areas. But statistician Abraham Wald saw what everyone else missed. The planes they were analyzing were the survivors. The bullet holes on the wings didn't matter because those planes made it back. The planes shot in the engine? They never returned. They weren't part of the data set. The military was studying success and drawing conclusions that would have gotten more pilots killed. This is exactly what you're doing with your career, with your life. You're studying the people who succeeded and assuming their habits caused the success. You're ignoring the thousands who did the exact same things and failed. Every entrepreneur tells you they succeeded because they hustled. They woke up early. They took risks. They believed in themselves. But here's the part they don't tell you because they don't even realize it themselves. For every Elon Musk, there are 10,000 people who worked just as hard, took the same risks, believed just as deeply, and lost everything. They're not on podcasts. They're not writing memoirs. They're working quietly in jobs they hate, wondering what they did wrong. The answer? Often nothing. Taleb's research reveals a brutal truth. In systems dominated by randomness, effort and outcome decouple entirely. You can do everything right and still lose. Not because you're weak, but because the system includes variables you cannot control. Timing, market conditions, an investor's mood, an algorithm's update, a global pandemic. The motivational industrial complex will never tell you this because it destroys their product. If success is partially random, you can't sell a formula for it. So instead, they sell you the survivor's narrative and call it a blueprint. Let me show you how deep this goes. In the 1990s, a researcher named Phil Rosenzweig studied corporate success stories. He analyzed the books, the case studies, the Harvard Business Review articles praising companies like Nokia, Blockbuster, and Enron for their visionary leadership. Every single one of those companies collapsed. But here's the twist. The traits praised during their rise, bold decision-making, aggressive expansion, charismatic leadership, those exact same traits were blamed for their fall. The traits didn't change. The outcome did. Rosenzweig called this the halo effect. When a company succeeds, analysts retroactively attribute that success to the leader's genius. When it fails, those same decisions become reckless. The truth? The leaders were making bets in a probabilistic system. Some bets paid off, most didn't. You're doing the same thing. You're reverse engineering the habits of successful people and assuming causation. You're ignoring the graveyard. So what does this mean for you? Does it mean hard work is pointless? No. It means hard work is not sufficient. It's necessary, but it doesn't guarantee anything. And once you accept that, truly accept it, something inside you shifts. You stop tolerating systems that demand infinite effort for probabilistic outcomes. You stop betting your entire life on a single path because someone on a stage told you that's what worked for them. You start thinking like Taleb. You start building optionality. Optionality means you don't put all your energy into one brittle strategy. You create multiple small bets. You expose yourself to positive randomness while protecting yourself from catastrophic downside. You work hard, yes, but you work smart. You recognize that the universe doesn't reward effort. It rewards positioning. Here's the part that will make you uncomfortable. Some of the people you admire, they're not more disciplined than you. They're not smarter. They're not better. They're luckier. And they've convinced themselves and you that their luck was skill. This isn't cynicism. This is clarity. Once you see survivorship bias, you can't unsee it. Every motivational video becomes a highlight reel with the failures edited out. Every self-made billionaire's story becomes a game of probabilities where they happen to draw the winning hand. Does this mean you give up? Absolutely not. It means you stop worshiping at the altar of hard work and start respecting the architecture of uncertainty. Taleb wrote, "The fool believes that the tallest mountain he has seen is the tallest in the world. You've been studying mountains, the successful ones, the visible ones, but you haven't seen the valleys, the countless people who climbed just as high and fell into obscurity. So here's what you do. Work hard, but don't make it your religion. Build skills, but diversify your bets. Take risks, but don't stake your entire identity on a single outcome. And most importantly, stop comparing your unseen struggle to someone else's highlight reel." The graveyard is full of people who worked harder than the survivors. The difference wasn't effort, it was variance. And the moment you understand that, you stop being a prisoner of the meritocracy myth. You start playing a different game entirely.